Brad says, how would you use a shield, specifically a drive stack, for national keywords? Build out every major city, or is there an easier way? No, I wouldn't do that for national. Marco, you're the one that can comment on this much better than me.
On the national in real estate, we did. That's targeting every state and every city, and it just has some good shit baked in there. But that's not necessary. Think brand plus keyword association at the national level. That's it. Brand gets associated with the keywords. What you're trying to do is you're trying to become Google in your space. You're trying to become the entity. So that when people think, like, if I say Jello, you know exactly what I'm talking about generally. Now gelatin is what it actually is. If I say Band-Aid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the keyword for it, adhesive bandage. And I could go on and on. Guys, Zipper was originally trademarked. It was windbreaker was originally trademarked, but it became the word for that niche. That's what we're trying to do. Now, I've said this plenty of times before. Most of us are not going to get there. If you do, then just think of the money that's in there when you become the keyword for the niche. But in the meantime, what you're doing is you're creating that brand plus keyword association so that the bot understands that your entity should be the one that's considered for that keyword set, the best match, right? For anything under that keyword set. And imagine the kind of traffic, the kind of money that you're going to produce when you get there. Right? So we're not talking about being the keyword for the brand, but where people, let me clarify that, where people consider it the word for the niche, but where the bot understands that it's the keyword for the niche, that your brand is the same as the keyword for the niche. When you force the bot into that association, then man, look, you write your own check, relax. It's a done deal. Just watch the bank account grow, because guys. I can tell you, I'm not gonna show you. I'm not gonna go open my Stripe, and I'm not gonna open my account, but I wish I could show you just what's going on. I'm not the kind of person to do that. I'm not the kind of person to show the checks, the kind of stuff that comes through my accounts. But you have to see it. Like when you hit that sweet spot for that client, and the calls start coming in, and for an example, DC plumber, where the plumber had to take a phone off the hook because he was getting too many calls. Seriously, think about it. You're getting too many damn calls when you take a phone off the hook. The personal injury attorney in New York City who had to hire multiple people to answer phones. That's the kind of traffic, and I'll be totally transparent. It has slowed down, but not to the point where she's had to really close up shop. I mean, New York is complicated right now, right? But it's just she's getting contacts, so she's still going through it, and she's continuing to pay. We've made an arrangement, of course, and then what I explained to her is listen. When this is all over, as soon as people are allowed just back out on the street willy-nilly, think of the accidents that are going to happen. I know maybe it's morbid, but it's true. People are going to be just crazy about getting out. They're not going to be careful. We're going to have a ton of accidents happening, and it's a ton of people that are going to call her. So she's going to make all the money back. So let's relax and let's go. And you pay me again, and it's going to be more than what it was. So these are all the kinds of things that can happen when they know that you're this person who can produce these kinds of results, and they understand that if they let you go, you're going to the competition to offer your services. So think about all that when you're approaching this. National keywords are there for you. You don't have to approach it every major city, because something like real estate is kind of location based, even on a national level. But maybe what you're doing isn't location based, it's totally keyword based. So it depends on how people are searching for that niche. So I hope that made sense. If not, go watch the videos, contribute to my charity, and you're gonna get access to the charity videos where we talked about all these different things, all the different scenarios. We made scripts available. I mean, it's incredible the amount of information that's in there. So think about that. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, and because we got time, because we only had 2 more questions as of right now, we'll come back to those in a minute. But I want to point out, because you were asking about, there was 2 questions
in the past few minutes. One was RYS again. Well, is that what if they catch on? Number two was how would you approach it nationally? And so Marco's been sharing, even in the free Facebook group, in this week alone, he's shared about the Land Solutions Network, which is his national land buying site that him and Rob have been working on. Well, I'm just focusing on Virginia, my real estate business, my land buying business. And in both instances, both cases, the Land Solutions Network, they used a mass page builder, but basically they just solidified the entity and built a drive stack. That's it. I mean, other than a couple of press releases for and it's ranking nationally for, and in many different states and such for his primary keyword, sell land fast. Well, I've only targeted Virginia, but same thing is if I were to do sell land fast Virginia, this is what Marco was talking about, is you see how it pulls my knowledge panel for that keyword, right? Does that make sense? So the brand has been associated with that keyword. I'm targeting only Virginia, but you can see that it's pulled. This is a full-on brand association with my keyword for it to bring that up here. Does that make sense? And you can also see in that search field now with sell land fast, right there is Alpha Land Realty. I didn't even type in Alpha Land or start to type in the name, the brand name, and it's popping my brand name into a keyword search suggest. Does that make sense? So think about that. I have just through, and guys, I swear to God, this is my word. Only thing I've done to this, it's a single page. I'll show it to you. It's a single page ClickFunnels page. This is just a landing page, guys. That's it. There's no content marketing going on here. There's no silo structure here. It's a single page landing page with ClickFunnels, which you can't even optimize the SEO elements of a ClickFunnels page. I do have structured data embedded in this, but that's it. And then I've solidified the entity with a Google, an RYS stack, a syndication, an SEO power shield. The same thing that we teach you guys. That's what I did with this. And I've done nothing else but one link building gig from MGYB to the Drive Stack and the syndication network last summer. So almost a year ago when I first, I created this business a year ago. So probably about 9 months ago, I did a link building gig, one link building gig to the Drive Stack and the SEO power shield basically. And I've done, and I've just driven traffic to it through direct mail. And now obviously organic traffic, it's getting on its own, as well as I run ads for lead generation, Google ads. And that's it. So I've done the SEO power shield, one link building gig, and then I've driven relevant traffic to it, which is exactly what we teach with our Google branding, Google Ads branding course, or our YouTube local traffic course. It's about how to drive relevant traffic into your entity to get the push and to create that brand and keyword association, which I've proven right here beyond a shadow of a doubt. And that's it, guys. I've done nothing else. I have published some press releases primarily for properties that I'm selling, but that's a different domain. It's the same entity, but it's a different domain because I use alphalandrealty.sale as my selling site. So anyways, my point is I just want to point out how, exactly what Mark was talking about is using a drive stack to create that association. It didn't happen overnight, but I didn't even have to keep pushing links into this for it to work. It just took time and actually relevant traffic, which will bring me to the next question here in a minute about somebody saying, are links still relevant? They are, but this case right here, and they always, I'm not going to never say always either, right? I'm going to say they're always going to remain relevant. But this particular project here that I'm showing as an example proves that it doesn't necessarily take links, just sending relevant traffic and then having that traffic convert on the page, which means, complete a conversion goal. In this case, submitting the the property assessment worksheet that can acts as that's a conversion, and that's a huge signal for SEO. And that's caused the brand association with my primary keyword. And it wasn't link based, really. It was mainly entity based, exactly what we've been teaching, and relevant traffic, activity, relevance, trust, and authority. So those two things alone have caused me to be the #1 position, not just for that keyword, but for others as well that I wasn't even really pushing on. Take a look. Oh, in fact, it didn't pop my knowledge panel here, but it still puts me as #1. Does that make sense? So I just want to point out how really powerful this stuff is, guys. We're practicing what we preach here. You want to comment on that, Marco?
Sorry, it's raining right now, and it's kind
And
of
look,
loud.
by the way, it didn't pop a knowledge panel for We Buy Land Virginia, but look at that, guys. See that? That's
Yeah.
keyword association, and it's pulling my, that's a keyword search, and it's brought my brand into suggest. That's pretty powerful. For the first several months, as soon as I would start to type in alpha land, it would pop up. So, but it wasn't coming with a generic keyword, but you can see it. It's definitely coming up now. And then if you take a look at my Google site, guys, my drive stack, I have not done any theme mirroring at all because there's no theme to mirror. Like, in other words, I don't have I've got a single page landing page as my website. So there's no silo structure, nothing else. So the drive stack is a flat drive stack. In other words, there's no structure, there's no silo structure to it. And that's all I've ever done, guys. And you can see it's just ranking incredibly well. And I've been able to get that brand association with that keyword by just doing exactly what we teach. I'm sorry, Marco, go ahead.
No. I mean, just totally. It just reaffirms what we teach over and over and over again, despite the people who say it doesn't work. But yeah. I mean, seriously, we show it on video. Who are you gonna believe? Like the experts, the ninjas, the gurus, the professionals, or your lying eyes? It's up to you.